Like, Fear Factor was a great job. Don't get me wrong. Very happy that I got it. It was wonderful. It gave me fuck you money. It gave me the ability to do whatever I want after that.
Yeah.
But it was a thing where I was like, this is not what I want to do. What I want to do is what I always do. Just stand up, have fun. You know, if I was doing the UFC back then too. So I was like, do the UFC commentary, things I love doing. That's what I want to be doing. I don't want to be doing just a job. Jobs are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful I got it. But at a certain point in time, if you want to reach your full potential, you have to realize, like, this is holding me back. And sometimes people don't want to tell you that because it's a job and it's a great gig. And I've had people tell me, like, don't leave Fear Factor. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have to leave. I'm like, I have to leave. I got to go.
I remember those times. I remember people saying, because I knew you as Joe the stand-up. And I remember people saying, he does comedy? And I was like, no, that's what he does. Like, he's not an actor, he's not a host, he's a comedian.
But that's understandable, right? Like, my stand-up, I'd only done, like, by then, I'd only done, like, a couple things that were out, that were available, and I was on the hugest show in television. Fear Factor was fucking gigantic.
It was massive.
It was nuts.
It was massive. Monday nights?
Yeah. It was a fun job.
You know it's a big show when 20 years later you remember the night it was on.
But this is what's important. Even though it was the #1 show in the country, I still had that feeling. Like, I don't want to really be doing this.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it. I'm very thankful that I got the job. I worked with some amazing people. It was a lot of fun. We had a great crew. Really fun time. But I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do this. This is what I didn't know I wanted to do this because this wasn't a thing, you know. But once I figured it out, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to do this and stand up. And the UFC, which is like, to me, it's not even a job. It's like a vacation.
It's crazy watching you operate in the UFC and seeing that mechanism, and to think when you started that, like how far that path with the UFC has been for you.
Oh, for me, it was 97.
I know, but walking in through the other day, and I was like, oh, this has been Joe's life for fucking 26 years.
Well, you know, if you're a person who's a martial artist and you're a fan of martial arts, if you get a job to do that, like if you get a job to talk about martial arts and to express your love for it and your appreciation for the athletes, appreciation for the fighters and what they have to go through to get to where they're at, and the magnitude of their accomplishments, and to put words to that, like to do that, to be able to do that for a living, that's an honor. That's how I feel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's an honor. It's an honor. And I feel like I do a good job at it. And I like doing it, and I'm super passionate about it. And I don't do it because it's a job. I do it because I love it. Like, I don't need to do it. I could have quit a long time ago. It does, like, I could just watch it. Like, we're doing a Fight Companion this weekend. It's going to be fun. Yeah. We're going to hang out. What are you doing Saturday?
I don't know. Oh, I'm in Vegas.
Are you really?
I have 2 shows in Vegas this weekend.
Nice.
At Resorts World Theater.
Nice.
Oh, I should say, my special, Lucky, is streaming right now on Netflix.
Right now.
Right now. I say lucky because I am the luckiest fucking guy in the world. I really am. When you think about, like, finding the friends I did later in life, you know, like at like 37 or 38 when I started meeting all you guys and hanging out with you guys, and then you know, getting into comedy at the time I did. Like, we got into comedy when it wasn't a job. It was like, It was weird. It was like joining the fucking circus.
It was.
And I only got into comedy because I got discovered by Rolling Stone magazine as the #1 party animal in the country. I mean, what are the fucking odds of my life tracking out? So that's why I named it Lucky.
Well, we're all very lucky. That's absolutely sure. No dispute. We're all very lucky. If you're listening to this, you're very lucky because you can fucking hear. How about that?
Yeah.
If you're watching it, you're very lucky that you can see. You're very lucky that you can afford a phone. You're very lucky. Like, most of the world lives in utter poverty. And that's the unfortunate reality of all these people virtue signaling about the 1%. Like, bitch, you're in the 1%.
There's
you're
someone
in the 1%
digging
of the
blood
world.
diamonds in Sierra Leone right now, smoking brown, and he's 11. Okay?
If you make $34,000 in America, you're in the 1% of the world. How about that?
Wow.
Yep, that's real.
My father-in-law still isn't in that 1%.
Hey, life's not good for everybody.
Life's not good for everybody.
Some people don't get lucky at all.